Okay, abuzia ma kwaba shonko so ereba Ghana politics avenue so abuzia yambonra yensemu Torkornoo esanso de ne ho aba bio a echese ono osi President Mahama esanso pese ye hote acting Chief Justice say ye choosing as Chief Justice abusua na after se court it threw out ne application abusua ya sanso a order se Torkornoo ne pictures a ebo Supreme Court conference room and as the pictures be ebo Supreme Court and as Ghana judiciary headquarters ni biano abusua remove sa the pictures ni na see and recognize former Chief Justice Torkornoo as se obia wababe Chief Justice Ghana hada intimacy ade maame no ne pictures ebobo Supreme Court conference room ne offices ne Supreme Court headquarters ni nyina no abusua den remove ni nyina enye asem keto akra lawyer amaleba de ensem bi ababeto yam yanko na yankonkuti ensem a so unsubscribe ya subscribe like na share ma as afofron so ensa into me enkabi madam ase
forward. I'll come back to you. Lawyer Abraham Maliba is also joining us via Zoom. And counsel, the question from a call, really raises eyebrows. The fact that the AG has not responded ever since, that's almost like, I don't know what to call it, disrespect, is it? To the processes going on in court. What do you think? And Lawyer Maliba, I hope you can hear me. And kindly unmute. Yes, loud and clear, sir. Yes.
Yes. The AG can always go to court and ask for time to file his processes. It's been done. We've seen it several times. If the AG is bogged down with other very important matters, he's not supposed to break a limb and an arm. He can always go to court, ask for leave, and then file the processes.
It's almost as though this government is not taking this matter seriously.
I am saying that once the law allows the AG to appear in court and say, can you give me 3 days, 7 days to file my processes, there's nothing wrong. The AG will do it at the right time. But you see, Torkornoo is becoming a crybaby. A crybaby because at each step in the way, she decides to file processes. Which processes are meant just to stall the legal process that were ongoing. Now the committee has finished its work. This matter, for me, is close. I read part of the relief he was seeking. To say that, in your estimation, the matters that led to her removal were not weighty so as to ground stated misbehavior, it's not for her to say. It's not for her. The committee looked at it and saw that this could affect her and said so. Then there was also another one that she said she is of the view that her salary and her remuneration and all those entitlements should be paid. What happened to her has an effect of saying that she never existed as a Chief Justice.
Counsel, so are you saying you will give her benefits? Is that what you're telling us?
Isn't me? You are talking like
But I mean, it's your government. You know the mind of the president right now.
Ask anybody. Such kinds of removal has the effect. And indeed, I was at the Supreme Court at the conference room of the Chief Justice, and I saw all the justices' pictures on the wall, and her picture was missing. That has the effect of what? has happened to her. So litigation must come to an end. And I think that she's better off, taking this in her strides and then forge the way forward with her life.
Don't you think that things would have been much more easier? Don't you think that things would have been much more easier if, for instance, say she's giving all her conditions? That would have ended the matter, isn't it?
That was what this government sought to do when she reached out to the president through, I said this before, and she has never come out to contradict me. And if ever she contradicts me, then I'll now let the facts out. When she approached the president through two eminent persons for her to retire so that the processes will be truncated, that was the intention of the government, to allow her do that if only she would agree to retire and not go through the process. She reached the president through two eminent Ghanaians. But now that the whole process has gone to its end and we follow through the process, these processes too have their effects. And if it is not for irrationality, if it's not for breach of natural justice, I don't see how these matters can be overturned by any court or entertained by any court.
So when the approach was made, is it that the president did not listen? The president was not open to, negotiating?
Government was open. Government was amenable. Processes were rolled out only for her. And that was the first time she went to court and subsequently addressed the press. So once she went to court, then the government's hands were tied and that process truncated.
Does this also not suggest that probably all of this that's happening now is premeditated? Is that a fair way to describe it? That, of course, as a government, you knew she was going anyway.
What have I said that suggests that? Just ask a direct question.
No, that's why I'm asking you. Because if you go into a negotiation...
So ask a direct question that, was this premeditated? But I've said something and I'm on...
let me give you that. Was this premeditated, Counsel?
Whether or not it was premeditated, somebody says whether or not it's still the same. So whether it was premeditated or not, it's clear indication that if you didn't do anything wrong, the premeditated mind cannot act on your conduct. So let's focus on what she did. Was it proper for her to flout the rules governing her leave, the misappropriation of funds? Because she also presided over such conduct by other public officers. When matters come to court, she presides over those things. If she is now caught in the web, and the bar for her is higher than other public officers, that's what she should know. So no matter how premeditated it was, or no matter how anybody wanted to remove her, if she was clean and conducted herself in a way that wasn't, or that couldn't make it possible for anybody to remove her, nobody could have removed her.
Okay. I'll come back to you. There are some more legal advice you gave to President Akuffo on the initial petition and also the decision to represent her. We'll come to you. Lawyer Abraham Amaliba, let me hear you.
Well, I want to put on record that the committee did not only review the petition sent to them by the businessman, which eventually removed the Chief Justice. I'm aware that the petition that was forwarded to them by the police officer, ASP Yamga, I think so, was actually looked into. And, his case was that he was locked up by the Chief Justice. He couldn't find his record of proceedings. And the committee came to the conclusion that was not enough to, as it were, remove the Chief Justice. So I want to put on record that that petition too was looked at. It's not only the other one. But in any case,
this morning, Council, the question to you this morning is how did you get to know of all of these? That's what your colleagues are asking you this morning. I mean,
he's speaking on authority.
The claim is that you are speaking on authority.
About events that are supposed to be in camera. Something that is in camera. A senior member of the NDC.
And the whole country is listening.
Even those negotiations that went on in the background.
Let's allow him to answer.
It was supposed to be in camera. It was supposed to be in camera.
Let's allow him to answer.
And now an NDC officer says he's aware.
Council.
I mean, so was that in camera or it was in the house or in the rooms of some group of citizens?
Okay, he was an ex-official member.
Let's allow him to answer. Council, over to you.
So, if you are asking me these questions, how did I know? Then stop asking me questions that are premeditated questions that are not in the minds of people. You are barred from asking me questions related to premeditated minds. If I can't reveal this, how can I then reveal premeditated minds? So I'm saying that that did happen, and the committee dismissed the police officer's case. But in any case, if the petitions are supposed to remove the Chief Justice, they are not supposed to pamper the Chief Justice. They are supposed to remove the Chief Justice. And after reviewing one, it was sufficient or adequate to remove her. Well, how are you bothered about the other one? Would the other ones bring her back? Will the other ones bring her back? So, and my senior Ansar will tell you, it is not just about lining up witnesses who come and repeat the same thing in court. If your witnesses, no matter how many they are, it cannot enhance your case. If those witnesses are just coming to repeat the same thing like what the first witness came to say. So you are better off having just one witness who can make your case and the judge will rule in your favor. So in this case, let's even assume that there was no consolidation. There was one petition, which petition succeeded in removing the Chief Justice. What are you going to repeat the others for? So that to undo the first one, So I want to think that we can put a human face to a predicament now. And that human face has to do with her remuneration, her entitlements, and all those things. Because I'm sure the day that the letter went, I'm sure they would have truncated her salary immediately. That can be problematic. Yes, she may not have her name again as a Chief Justice, but in person, she was once our Chief Justice. You don't want to see our Chief Justice, in a condition that is unacceptable. So we can make a case to put a human face, because it's the first time that this has happened. And so there are no rules to govern these matters. It is now that I'm hearing Parliament wants to make rules to determine these matters. So let's argue for her on the basis that she should be given her entitlement. That's, I will argue alongside.
All right.
But to try to fault anything, I can't see it.
All right. Lawyer Ansari, are you still there with us? Have you found the article you're referring to?
Yes, it's Article 1613.
Okay, 1613 now. Okay, yeah, I think the lawyers will look at that.
Thank you very much.
Oh, okay.
I apologize.
Yeah, I get that. Let me just give a quick one to Echo, because the question on what informed President Akufo-Addo's decision in the lead up to the 2024 elections. Of course, there was a petition by lawyer Asari, not the one on Zoom, but the one in the US. You turned that down, Echo. I'm speaking extensively by the president gave his reasoning, said the Council of State doesn't see any reason on that. Yet another Council of State is now recommending that, of course, there's enough evidence.
First of all, once that matter had been determined, it was wrong for the committee or President Mahama to make a determination that there was prima facie case. Professor Azar had every right to challenge the determination made by Akuffo. In fact, the law gives him 6 months to challenge that determination. He didn't do that. In law, there's something called res judicata. That is, if a matter has been determined on its merits, you cannot bring it back. You cannot relitigate the matter. When President Akuffo received the petition from Professor Azar, it was after the election. It was during the Christmas period.
Yeah.
The Constitution required that he consults with the Council of State. In fact, that requirement was incorporated into the Constitution by virtue of the case E.J. Chum, an Attorney General, which said that if you read Article 146, there isn't any provision that allows for a prima facie determination, unlike for Justice of the Superior Courts. So it said that in that case, the President should make a prima facie determination. That determination is the decision of the President, not the Council of States. He consults the Council of States. And the consultation of the Council of State is not binding on the President. It's merely advisory.
Did you see his post on Facebook? He criticized, the legal team of the President, after the decision was taken.
He's entitled to it. And I can tell you, because now the proceedings are completed, the constitutional injunction is lifted. The Council of States came back to the President. First, they held meetings with the President on this matter. And they advised the President. And then they wrote an opinion, a very strong, legally worded opinion on the matters that Akuffo had written in his.
Was it not the case that President Akuffo, and by extension you, the lawyers working with him at the time, were simply defending the Chief Justice?
No, we had no business with the petition we're consulting. And the law requires that the Council of State consults a reputable lawyer. And in this case, they did. They consulted a reputable lawyer. But mind you, there were also reputable lawyers on the Council of State. There was a former Chief Justice on the Council of State. It is for no reason that the provisions of the Constitution require that when you are constituting a Council of State, you put a former Chief Justice on there. Now, the former Chief Justice, who is on this current Council of State, has spoken bitterly about this matter, that it didn't follow any due process, that it breached the rules of natural justice. I mean, because the decision was President Mahama's decision, he could have called her and asked her, this matter that has come before me, what are your thoughts? Because you are a former Chief Justice.
What do you say to the fact that, to the concern that Dr. Addo raised, that you were the ones who made this case worse? Because as people who were politically exposed, you shouldn't have gone into the defense of Torkornoo.
I totally disagree with him. We are lawyers first. And as lawyers, when we see something that is not right, we need to speak up.
Yeah, but all the lawyers we've seen so far, connected to the NPP, does that not raise questions?
But then you should look at the stature of those lawyers, the work that those lawyers have done. In other jurisdictions, for instance, these are lawyers who do maybe Supreme Court or appellate, court litigation, and the experience those lawyers have.
Are you saying that outside the...
Oh, hold on.
No, outside the...
Hold on.
There are no experienced lawyers who are sympathetic with the Chief Justice.
No. It's her right.
So she's only seeing all of you. There are more senior lawyers.
Well, the lawyer that has filed the matter...
Yeah, with all respect to those who are defending her, but I'm just saying...
She has a huge legal team.
Yeah.
It's unfair for you to say that...
No, with respect. That's why I said with respect to those defending her. I'm just saying that...
She has a huge legal team.
Those lawyers, don't they have seniors? They have seniors, obviously, who may not necessarily be politically exposed.
Would you say Edu Kusi is a...
No, I'm not saying so. I'm just saying, that's what I'm saying with respect to the individuals.
Bonzi Simpson would you say he's MPP?
I'm just saying.
Professor Bonzi Simpson. No, these are lawyers that are interested in building the institutions of our country. Because what the Chief Justice
Okay, abusawene ensema ekoso political highway so former Chief Justice Torkornoo sisi ade Ghana ye recognize no se obi a waba be Chief Justice because ohwe bone amame ne baba bi ya ye de apam no every officer na enye bone keto nti wene ensema ekoso bedamase samoje pene kokoti sa ensem we edema ya ha Ghana Politics Avenue so medamase